Heyo, welcome into the CHGO White Sox pregame show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into Studio A for our first pregame show of the 2023 season here in Studio A. We obviously had our home opener, or the season opener at the Whistle, and that was a fun time. Live show. We did our little pregame. I don't know how many people heard us. We had some technical difficulties, and it was pretty loud in the Whistle. So this is like the real true first pregame. Hey, I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the show account at CHGO_White Sox. That's Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
You can follow him on Twitter at Actonwall23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader. This won't be posted in your podcast feeds, but hey, if you are looking for a great podcast that has post-game reaction, that has off-day shows, that has beat writer coverage from the park. That's why Vinny Duber isn't here with us right now, but you can follow him on Twitter at Vinny Duber. He's our CHGO White Sox beat writer. Make sure you are subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts or maybe, hey, Spotify, right? That's my personal choice.
Stitcher.
My personal preference. Stitcher.
If it's still around.
If it's still around.
Winamp. I'm kidding. That's
Podbean. Right? But make sure you subscribe. We appreciate it. And we appreciate all you hanging out with us. What's up, Josh? And what's up, Slush Poppy? Hanging out with us in the chat. Make sure you are hitting that thumbs up button. Sarah Fichter is producing the show today. We got White Sox v. Giants in the final of a 3-game series. And what's up, Bradley? Bradley Valentine in the chat saying, good work, boys. Nice to meet you on Monday, Sean. First guy that I saw. I was hanging out outside the park waiting for my guy, Alex Rude. And Bradley walks by with, I believe, his girlfriend. Hopefully his girlfriend. And he stopped me, and I said, hey, I'm Sean. He said, I know you just said you're Sean. So I don't know how to talk to people, but
I love that last name, Valentine.
Yes. Mercy.
Talk about mustaches. Hose Valentine.
He didn't have one. He didn't have one.
Oh, Bradley didn't? Bradley, it's time to get to work. You got that last name.
He would look good with one, too. I think I also met Eric and Jonathan as well. And
they're much better with names because
both of those were up in the 500.
That's awesome.
It also took me 3 days to bring them up. So I don't know how good I am with them. But I was like, I got to remember these names. And it took me 3 days to bring it up. And what's up, Dominic? Let's get to something that's not White Sox directly related, but it's White Sox adjacent, because last night in his rehab assignment, quote-unquote rehab assignment for cheating, Fernando Tatis Jr. took a Cade McClure deep. Cade McClure, former White Sox product. He was traded, I believe, or was
Santos? Wasn't he traded for Santos, or was he traded for that other guy we had to get back in the Real 5 draft?
I was really confident and I knew who it was, but now I don't know. Yeah, it was for Gregory Santos. Yeah, there you go. So Gregory Santos now on the 40-man and the 26-man roster for the White Sox. He got dealt for Cade McClure and Fernando Tatis, who got dealt for James Shields. Both of those met up in AAA, and he got taken deep. And the weirdest phrasing ever on that highlight, yes. Cade McClure will tell his kids about the time Fernando Tatis Jr. took him deep. If you're a major league pitcher, you have this, career. Maybe you barely make the major leagues. Cade hasn't made it yet. Maybe you're a lifer minor leaguer. Mm-hmm. You think you're telling your kids about the downs? You think you're telling your kids, oh, hey, Fernando Tatis Jr. took me deep barely over a wall scraper over left field in where was that? El Paso?
Yeah. I know they play for the El Paso Chihuahuas or Chihuahuas, if you want to say that. But I'm not saying, hey, kids, this is a bad part of my career where a Major League Baseball player took me deep on one of the days. The more thing I would say to my grandkids is, if you show that picture again, Sarah, he threw 40 pitches and 20 balls and 20 strikes. Cade, well, get a little better with that. Hey. And when you do throw a strike, Not middle, brother.
It's probably an unfair count because technically he did throw a strike that Fernando Tatis Jr. hit for a home run. So 21 strikes to 20 balls. Let's get it right, Herb. Very good for Cade McClure. Him and Gregory Santos have that in common. They both cannot throw strikes.
Yes.
So that's good. And they're both big. Gregory Santos, very big guy, and Cade McClure, 6'7". But Gregory Santos, he was suspended for PEDs, and Fernando Tatis Jr. suspended by PEDs. So there's all sorts of different connections here. But yeah, no, we were going through all of Cade McClure's game logs, and it's like, do you think he's going to tell his kids about the time that, Adley Rutschman took him deep? Probably not, because who cares? Or Yandy Diaz hitting a double off of him? Like, that's weirdo behavior. Mm-hmm. I think you're probably going to hear about his, legendary high school career, because if you're making it to the pros, you're probably pretty damn good.
Or talking about his time in Louisville.
Right. Or maybe talking about, he made it all the way to AAA. So probably had some good times at double and single A.
He's one of the few. Like, when people poo-poo minor league career, like, who else played in the minor leagues that you know? Like, it's a very select few that have played in the minor leagues, and even fewer that have played in the major leagues. So I got Padres fans on my ass about, because Cade McClure said, to response to the original tweet, he said pretty much, hey, he was on a rehab assignment from PEDs because he was cheating.
Right.
And I was like, he ain't lying, though. It's like, Fernando Tatis ain't in El Paso for shits and giggles. He's in El Paso because he can't play in the major leagues because he's still suspended, I think, for 15 more games. So he ain't lying. And Padres are like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'm a Padres fan, too, but I like to tell the truth. He ain't down there for his health. He's down there because he has to be down there.
He's not down there because he's crashing motorcycles.
Yeah, when he comes back to the Padres, I'm like, hey, welcome with the open arms, but also, you're a cheater. And that's going to be branded on you forever. And people are like, well, he was trying to get his wrist right. He was just taking some cream. Come on. You think Barry Bonds is just doing the cream and the clear just for, massaging, just to get a little relief? It's kind of like a Vicks Vapor Rub. No, he was doing it to cheat. And that's what your man was doing. And that's fine. Just admit it. That's it. I'm trying to clear up acne. You're 25 years old. How much acne do you got, brother? You got a couple dollars, too. Clear up acne with the actual dermatologist.
No, maybe the dermatologist gave him the cream.
He should be fired then.
Maybe. Definitely didn't go back. What's up, our guy Ellie Stein in the chat, and Bradley is saying he will take the mustache into consideration. So we're doing the Lord's work here. Vinny will thank us for getting a mustache on another human.
A little facial hair goes a long way. Me bald on the face is not a good thing. You got a little gray in your beard, a little mustache, a little beard, a little goatee. You're good to go. It's I think it's a little better for everybody involved. You don't look so much like a kid and baby faced.
Yeah, and you hide the
double chin.
That's the one thing that I notice is I don't think it's that big, but when I'm baby faced and clean, oh boy, it sticks out. Anyways, let's move on. Timmy V says, let's get over the hump, the 500 hump, and stay there. It's an important game for the White Sox. Played 6 games so far, 3 wins, 3 losses. I want to share that video again, Herb. I'd like to go 4-3. Alex Wood is on the bump. Lance Lynn is on the bump for the Sox. Let's talk about it. Lance Lynn, he did pitch already in 2023. He went 5 2/3, allowed 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 1 home run to the Astros. Sox lost 6-3. Last year in 121 2/3 innings, he had a 3.99 ERA, 124 strikeouts, 19 walks, an ERA plus of 99. But so far, 1 start, ERA plus of 138. So he's back. Alex Wood has not pitched yet. 5.10 ERA in 2022 in 130 2/3 innings. He had 131 strikeouts, 30 walks allowed, and an ERA plus of 79, a whip of 1.240. Herb, this was a team, a White Sox team that just around 2020 were smashing lefties. I mean, they had like a 90% win percentage. Fell off a little bit in 2021. They weren't as tough, but they were pretty damn good. In 2022, it fell off a little bit, but still 100 points higher when facing a left-handed pitcher. Do we expect the White Sox to kill Alex Wood today?
I would. I mean, all I would look at if I'm the White Sox, firstly, look last year's ERA, 5+ ERA. And then secondly, how much faith do the San Francisco Giants have in this guy? The White Sox pretty much got some good hits off Alex Webb Webb the other day, and these guys, the San Francisco Giants, have played 5 games. They decided not to pitch this guy versus the New York Yankees for a reason. And then the first game, they're like, all right, this goes much better than this bum we're going to be throwing out here. So we're going to skip him, go to our first starter again. And now hell has to be paid. He's got to go on the bump. So they don't have faith in him. He's the 5th starter for them. That's all I need to know if I'm the White Sox. It's like, okay, they're trying to hide this dude. Let's eat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he had a 5+ ERA, but also he's only faced the White Sox one time, Sean.
Oh, you got this?
Ever. And Sarah, if you could put up the thing, can you guess the White Sox player that had the most hits before we're looking at it versus Alex Wood the only time they faced him when he was a Dodger back in August 15, 2017?
Okay, 2017. I can't look at the screen.
Can't look at the screen.
Jose Abreu
and
Tim Anderson are probably
were both on the team.
Probably.
Yes. Avisail Garcia was on the team too.
Obvious guess. Yeah, those are probably obvious guesses.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my legend, though. Okay. My guy. The salad man, Tyler Saladino. Did he just tear up Alex Wood?
Tyler Saladino wasn't in the lineup. Ooh. It was the legend. I thought you were going there. Lurie Legend.
Lurie!
2 out of 4 that day against Alex Wood. He was seeing him right. The White Sox only had 6 hits on the day. They lost that game. That was a sad, bad White Sox team. I think they were like 30 games below 500, and it was just an ass whooping. Alex Wood didn't get the win, but that lineup, Anderson, Saladino, Abreu, Avisail Garcia, Kevan Smith.
Mike Rankin's guy.
Yeah, and then we had the Narv dog coming in for pinch hitting purposes. Yoan Moncada was 0 for 4, not playing today. Adam Engel, and then the starting pitcher, Miguel Gonzalez. That team, look at those names. Alec Hansen off the bench, Juan Minaya, Aaron Bummer, and then Jacob Petrichka. So, yeah, that team was terrible, and Alex Wood took care of them. At that time, Alex Wood on the Dodgers, pretty decent. Now, that Alex Wood, 6 years removed apart, not good at all.
That was Alex Wood's best year, his all-star year, and finished 9th in the Cy Young. His only year outside of 2014 where he had an ERA under 3. So 2.72. So that was a pretty good Alec Wood there. And the thing, too, you just look at the pitching. I'm with Kirk. Lynn will feast today. Plenty of nut grabs incoming, 7+ Ks. I think the line's 7.5, so I don't know if I'd play the line at DraftKings. But I do think that Kirk is right. We're going to be seeing Lance Lynn be right. This doesn't look like that formidable of a Giants lineup, and I do want to give a shout out to Alex Russell in the chat saying, love, y'all are here for us before and after every game, listening on my way to the ballpark. Go Sox. We appreciate you, Alex. But let's look at the Giants lineup today and see who Lance Lynn will be going up against, because great point there. No Lurie. Yoan Moncada not playing today for the White Sox as well.
He's not dead. It's just White Sox career's over.
He's not on any team, though. So we can go to the it's okay. Sorry. Do you want to go to the White Sox lineup if you have that? All good. All right, thank you. So leading off for the White Sox will be Tim Anderson playing shortstop. Batting second will be Luis Robert Jr. playing center field. Batting third will be Andrew Vaughn, and he will be batting third and playing first base. Batting fourth will be Jake Berger at designated hitter. Batting sixth, Hanser Alberto. He will be playing third base. Batting seventh, Andrew Benintendi out in left field. Batting seventh, Elvis Andrus at second base. It's okay. Batting eighth, Sebi Zavala at catcher, and batting ninth, Romy Gonzalez in right field. So a little bit of a getaway day lineup here. Do you think it's good enough to get on Alex Wood, though? Because you see Sebi, Hanser, Romy.
Yeah, these guys need time to play, and I know people are belly aching about Yoan Moncada not playing. And as one of the biggest Yoan Moncada fans, I'm fine with it. Give the man a blow, because the White Sox are going to be playing games in a row right now, 3 in a row versus Pittsburgh. Then they're traveling to Minnesota, another 3 in a row there. So I would say that, you need to give this man a rest at one time. Tomorrow you're going to be facing another lefty versus Dick Mountain, Rich Hill. So he'll be in the lineup tomorrow batting his weaker side of the position, hitting right-handed versus Dick Mountain. So
right, but then Berger, who will be playing in the field today,
I thought he's a DH.
Is he DH?
Yeah, he's DH. And you got Hanser Alberto, who kills lefties.
Right.
And so it's good time to get him into a game. If he does well today, I would think about playing Hanser Alberto tomorrow versus Dick Mountain, maybe at second base instead of playing at shortstop. Because you got to give Tim a break, too, every once in a while. So it's good to have a guy like Hanser Alberto that attacks lefties. Lurie, as we discussed earlier, he did crush Alex Wood that day, but we've seen the last couple of years subsequently, he is not doing the job of what a platoon man should be doing with the bat especially. So having Hanser Alberto who can attack lefties and actually do some damage versus them is a good luxury for the White Sox to have, and he should be doing well today. But I don't think this is like a typical Ozzie Guillen Sunday getaway day garbage lineup, or even reminiscent to what Tony La Russa used to do. I just think this is a regular lineup that they're going to try to attack this lefty with only one lefty in the lineup with Andrew Benintendi playing left field. So I'm good with it. I'm fine with Pedro getting his players into the game a little early because I trust Pedro as of now. I'm giving him a chance to make sure, giving him a chance to prove it. And I can't say, hey, this is the same as last year because the man has barely coached or managed 6 games so far. Give him a little shot and give him a little leeway to cultivate his lineup, to cultivate his clubhouse.
Yeah, and 2, like Hanser batting 5th. That was their clubhouse guy, that was their choice to, upend Leury Garcia, who tore up Alex Wood last time he faced him back in 2017. Maybe he'll be able to provide some spark there. I don't know if I love seeing Hanser there, but it does seem a little weak right after Berger, and even then Berger's getting his first ABs here. So it's a weird-looking lineup that I feel confident in.
Actually, I mistakenly left out one thing that I might have a little problem with Pedro, but it's not a huge gripe. Today you have Sebi Zavala catching. In that lineup I just showed you from 2017 where the White Sox faced the Dodgers, the person who caught Mr. Wood was Yasmani Grandal.
Oh, wow, look at you.
And so I have a theory, and it's proven out a couple times, that if you're a catcher that has caught a pitcher before, you've been his battery mate, going up against him is much easier because you know what he offers, you know where he likes to pitch it, and so you're keyed into where he's going to try to get you out at because you understand that you've worked with him before and you know how his pitches work. So I would have had Yasmani Grandal in the lineup today versus Alex Wood because of the familiarity, but it's a small gripe that I would have for Pedro, but it's not huge.
Grandal has seen him once. It was all the way back in 2013, and he struck out. So yeah, not a deep.
And that was before he ever caught him. So
right.
Maybe after he knows he caught him a couple of bullpens and caught him in that one game at least. He knows what he does, and he can attack the pitcher a little bit harder. But maybe he gives some stuff to Sebi, who looked good in his only start this year.
Yeah, I'm surprised they never linked up in any of after the Dodger days because even
they were traveling dudes
in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alex Wood has pretty much been an all National League guy, and then Yasmani was Padres, Dodgers, Brewers for a long time, and we would think that they would face each other every once in a while, but never really happened.
Yeah.
Maybe they just gave him days off because of handedness again.
Maybe. Let's look at the Giants lineup. Batting leadoff will be Lamont Wade Jr., the walk king in left field. Batting second, Wilmer Flores at first base. Batting third and DHing, Jock Peterson. Batting fourth will be David VR playing second base. Batting fifth, my guy, Michael Conforto, playing right field. Batting sixth, J.D. Davis, who hit a home run yesterday. He'll be playing third base. Batting seventh, Mike Yastrzemski in center field. Mm-hmm. Batting eighth, Tyro Estrada at shortstop. And catching, Blake Sable batting ninth. Not that dangerous of a lineup. I'm not too afraid. Peterson's had some pretty good at-bats. Conforto's had some pretty good at-bats. But outside of that, I'm not too afraid of this lineup. Lance Lynn is at his peak. We know that he's already in regular season shape. He usually struggles against the Astros. Mm-hmm. This isn't the Astros. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be able to handle this Giants lineup pretty easily.
Me too. They've gone against some tough pitchers, Garrett Cole, Dylan Cease, but they've strike out a lot of times. Maybe that's the profile of this team. Maybe when they first face versus lesser pitchers, they'll see them a little bit better. We saw that with Michael Kopech. But when they're facing top-notch pitchers, we see Garrett Cole strike out 11. We see Dylan Cease yesterday with a cold, without his best stuff, still strike out 8 of those guys. So, yeah, I'm expecting Lance Lynn to go out there and do the damn thing today. But 7 strikeouts was on DraftKings right now? It's a lot of lumber right there. I would go over then. Because F it, because I think Lance Lynn, like you said, and Vinny has been talking about, like, he looks like he's in midseason form. Going against the Astros and getting that bugaboo done at the beginning of the year, I'm sure for him, it's a tremendous weight off his shoulders because he never really has had a good outing versus the Astros, and to do it in the second game of the year where he only gave up that 2-run home run to Kyle Tucker has to feel good, even though the team didn't win. And I think he's looking to improve on that point, and the Giants are a lesser team hitting-wise than what the Astros are, even though the Astros almost got swept by the Detroit Tigers. Man, they had to have a furious comeback yesterday to avoid that. White Sox then broke the Astros.
I told you they're not that good. I'm saying.
I mean, they don't have Tuve, so I won't 100% put it on the Astros yet, but not having their top guy and their second baseman, their leader, is tough to judge them on a whole scale.
I got a little fun stat for you, Herb. Mm-hmm. Michael Conforto is the only guy that's hit Lance Lynn hard. 5 at-bats, 3 hits, batting .600. Mike Yastrzemski. Okay. All right, just making sure I have my numbers right. Ooh, wait. No, that can't be right.
Yes?
Okay. Yeah, these numbers. Okay, so Yastrzemski, Davis, Wade, Flores, Peterson. How many combined hits do they have off of Lance Lynn?
Can you give me the amount of at-bats or plate appearances they've had so I can give a more...
21, 24, 26, 28.
All right, so they have 28 at-bats. I would say it would be bad, so I'm going with 6 hits.
1.
What the hell? 1?
So Michael Conforto has more hits than 6 of the other guys against Lance Lynn, or 5 of the other guys in the Giants.
Who has the 1 hit?
Wilmer Flores in 10 at-bats. Jock's 0 for 11 with 5 Ks. Flores, Peterson, and Yastrzemski have drawn walks, but Yaz is 0 for 2. Davis is 0 for 2. Wade is 0 for 3. Flores is 1 for 10. Peterson, 0 for 10.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
domination.
1 double too. I mean, Conforto's done well, but he only has 1 double. So we'll see. I mean, I'm surprised no Brandon Crawford too in the lineup because he's hit Lance Lynn pretty decently as well. He's got 4 walks against him. Anyways, I feel good about the White Sox. Let's talk about our click to pick and let's talk about some betting stuff because we do have our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook. They are America's top-rated sportsbook for a reason. I had a great night last night, 4-1, and they were giving out a no-sweat MLB bet.
Oh, yeah.
So that bet that I lost, free bet. Boom. So, it was a bonus bet. So there you go. So I basically went 5-0 yesterday. So thank you, DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app now and sign up with code CHGO. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA with code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details.
And I got to tell you, got the money I won on DraftKings yesterday betting on the White Sox already in my deposit. Already deposited. So quick, fast, immediate deposits back into your bank account if you want that.
No,
and that's what I'm all about.
Yeah, no games played. I won a nice little UConn future to win the title.
Oh, snap.
Oh, yeah. Well,
when'd you bet it?
Huh?
When'd you bet it?
9-1.
But like before the tournament started?
No. So you didn't see the tweet.
No.
I gave out 4 futures before the NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. TCU, UCLA,
okay,
UConn 18-1, San Diego State 50-1.
Wow, look at you out here.
So I if I bet those, I would have been hedging an 18-1 to a 50-1 ticket by itself, and I didn't have to do anything and let it ride. I didn't do that. I did end up taking UConn though 9-1, and hey, it turned 5 into 50, and we love that. Thank you, DraftKings Sportsbook, too, America's top-rated sportsbook. Got that $50 in my account and immediately put it in the checking account, because why not? Bets today. I got 2 main bets. Got a parlay. We'll get into our click to pick. Going over 1.5 total bases for Andrew Vaughn.
Okay.
It's at plus 125 right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. And Luis Robert, he's been hotter than the sun, over 1.5 total bases at plus 105. I think what this means, extra base hits. Either Luis Roberts going 3 for 4, which he usually does. That man's swing happy. And this guy doesn't throw that hard. Alex Wood doesn't throw that hard.
Sinker, slider, curveball, right. Mid-90s.
But even then, he's kind of scrapped the curveball. And it's really just been sinker, slider. Like, he's really become a 2-pitch pitcher. And against Luis Robert, that's not good.
No.
That's not good.
Unless you're burying that slider, it's going to be Profundo time.
Right, and he's worse against righties. He's going to smash him.
Oh, my God.
He's going to smash Alex Wood today. So I like Luis Robert, and that's plus 105. We love plus money. I'm also going with a 6-game same-game parlay at plus 875. There is a current boost, same-game parlay boost on DraftKings Sportsbook that you could take advantage of, 40% profit boost. White Sox to win by 1.5 runs, over 4.5 total runs for the Sox. White Sox to score the first run, and Tim, Andrew, and Luis Robert Jr. to get hits. That is at 875. 5 wins you 50.
Free money right there. Basically. You should be doing that right now. I'm looking to do that right before the game starts. Damn.
Why not? Let's get to our click to picks. I told you about Luis Robert. He's my click to pick. I had my choice. Herb and Vinny sent their picks in before I did, and I wanted Andrew Vaughn or Luis Robert. And if both of those guys got picked, I would have taken Tim Anderson. So I had all of my first 3 picks. Let's go.
Like Schlesh Poppy picked TA 7, and I'm going to go with Jake Berger. First start of the year, got called up yesterday after the Eloy Jimenez IL stint. I think Jake Berger is going to attack this guy. We saw last year Jake Berger hit 8 home runs. Most of them were at the guaranteed rate, and he hit long home runs, and he kills rich lefties. Jake Berger's my guy today.
Let's go.
It's burger time. It's burger time. It's burger time.
And Vinny likes the guy who's batting 5th, Hanser Alberto. Do we bet him to hit a homer? How funny would it be if Hanser Alberto
the money is huge. I'm going to check DraftKings Sportsbook right now.
We're going to go run over to DraftKings Sportsbook. This was the CHGO White Sox pregame show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. We got some San Francisco Giants fans in the chat. We got Niners all damn day saying, go Giants, baby. And I don't know if Joe said it's true as a Giants fan, but he said, I got SF winning 5-2. I have zero confidence in this team. It's called, quote-unquote, pro baseball.
Hanser Alberto over half a home run, plus 850. So hitting a home run, plus 850.
No.
Delicious money right there. No?
No, come on.
Elvis Andrus at the same level, too.
I would take Elvis. Elvis hits 17 home runs.
Plus 850.
Hanser Alberto has hit, 7 home runs since 2020? He had 12 back in 2019. But
the longest odds on the White Sox, can you guess? To hit a home run today?
Sebi?
No. It is I don't even see Sebi on the thing. Nope, he's there. He's at plus 550. It is Andrew Benintendi, the only lefty in the White Sox lineup. Plus 1,100.
Yikes.
11-1 on your money? Might as well do it. And I
know you're not put $75 million on it.
I know you're not a guy who loves Andrew Benintendi. But if he goes profundo today, will you finally give my man some credit? Andrew Benintendi.
Yes. If he finally goes deep, then he'll tie Mike Conforto with 1 home run on the season. I'm waiting for the day. KPW is going with Romy. Schlesh Poppy says, I have a Berger home run in one of my parlays. Kirk saying Vinny with the Galaxy Brain pick. And Schlesh Poppy saying DraftKings is giving out plus 8-1 on a TA home run. If you like him to click, maybe that is the right play. But I think if anyone goes deep, I'll go Elvis Andrus. I really like that play. You got a final score for me?
Yeah, I think the White Sox win, and they win in a romp. I'm going 8-2. White Sox win today. I'm feeling around the same, so why not just go show pick 8-2? I don't think Lance Lynn has trouble with this Giants lineup. Hopefully they prove us wrong. I have some weird confidence in this team, and I really don't know why. That's Herb Lawrence. You can follow him on Twitter at Ecknerwall23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. We will be with you after the game, whether it be a White Sox winner, whether it be a White Sox loser. We will be here telling you what happened. And Vinny will be joining us from Guaranteed Rate Field, our CHGO White Sox beat writer. So make sure you follow him on Twitter, me on Twitter, show on Twitter at CHGO_White Sox. And thank you to Sarah Fichter for producing the show. We'll talk to you after the game. Go Sox.